All right, ladies, let's get ready to look like money for this new year. Shmoney, shmoney. And get into this quick weave bob tutorial. This is a two-tone shadow root type quick weave bob, which makes it look much more natural with the dark root at the top, blending into the blonde on the sides. So for this look, we will be using Outre Purple Pack hair in color 1B and 1B27. I actually washed the hair, that's why it is not in the pack. I do not use any hair in my hair without washing it first. So you're going to need 30-second quick weave glue, a stocking cap, and your brush, and 30-second Wonder Wrap, which is your protective cover over the stocking cap. You're also going to need scissors to cut the wefts. And to begin, I am going to start by sectioning off my part, and my part will be a center part, so I'm just going to braid that so that it's neat and stays out of my way as I move on to braid down the rest of my hair. I braid my parts in columns going top to bottom. Some people may want to do it in a circle, whatever works for you. Some people don't even braid. Some people actually just have enough hair to put their hair in a ponytail and tuck it. For me, I like braids better. One, right now my hair is short. As you can see, I cut it and it's growing back, but also it lays for a flatter install. So I just begin braiding my hair, and I'm starting on my right side and making my way to my left. That's only because I am right-handed, so it's easier for me to go in that direction. You can start in any direction that you want. And as you can see, I am talking to someone. This will be my first video where we have co-stars. So this will be interesting because I will actually be getting some help on this style for the cut coming up. But for now, I'm going to show you how I continue to braid around my head. And you will also see in the back how short my hair is and how I still manage to catch it. And the braids are medium in size, not too big, but not too small, because the smaller they are, it will take longer. And the point of this style, as it is called a quick weave, it should be fairly quick. So as you can see, I have all of my braids in. I have about 7 braids total, and we're going to move on to the stocking cap portion. So I apply my stocking cap, and then we're going to apply the protective layer. Ladies, this is a very important part to your quick weave. I see a lot of videos where people just gel down their hair and glue the tracks onto their hair. I also see videos where ladies, and I've had this happen to me myself getting a quick weave installed, where people just glue the tracks directly on to the stocking cap without using the protective layer. This layer keeps the glue from your hair. Let me say it again. This layer keeps glue off of your hair. Do not skip this step. If you skip it from here, it's on you. Okay, as you can see, I am applying this layer very thinly, but I am ensuring that the cap is fully saturated. You don't want to put too much because it will not dry as quickly as it should. So we're going to go sit under the dryer for 15 minutes, let that dry, and come back. Okay, so let's get to installing the tracks. As you can see, I am measuring the track from ear to ear in a U shape. I want to have a U shape because this prevents any tension of you installing tracks straight across your head. When you glue tracks from left to right rather in a U-shaped form, or in a straight line rather than a U-shaped form, it causes pulling and tension on your head. Your head curves, so you should lay your tracks the way that your head curves. I actually have an in-depth video on a quick weave install, which I will have the link to above here somewhere and also in the bio below. But I wanted to focus on that point because in this video, I really am focusing on how to lay the tracks next to the part. So we're going to lay this next track. I'm going to have that link for the quick weave extension video that's very in-depth at top. And then we're going to get to how to lay the tracks near your leave out. Now in the beginning, I told you we were using two colors, 1B and 1B27. So I only use 1B up until the halfway mark of my head, and then we start the 1B27, which is this blonde color. Once we get to the top, as you can see, I will be using a full pack of the blonde and setting those tracks in the circular curved motion, the U shape like I mentioned prior. But you can see I'm bringing the track close to the braid, which is our leave out, from one side to the other, measuring that and then gluing it from one side of that part, still in a U shape, to the other side of the braided part. So as you can see, I'm working my fingers across in a U-shaped motion, and if there's extra leave out, I just snip it off, boom, and we keep it moving. So again, measuring that track from one side of the part to the other side of the part, and then still laying those tracks in a circular motion. This helps for your leave out to lay flat on top of your quick weave. So we keep that U shape going throughout the whole install, ladies. Very, very, very important. So now I am going to go in with my blow dryer on a cool setting just to make sure all the glue is dry, to make sure our tracks are firmly attached, because if we have any wet glue, the tracks will slip. Then we're going to go in and begin cutting the excess cap from our quick weave. So I start at my part, and as you can see, I put the hair in a ponytail to make it easier, and I start moving around my head. As you can see, some of my hair started slipping from the ponytail. It is easier to pin it or tuck it. I was being lazy, but the point is to keep any of the hair out of your way so that you do not cut it as you're cutting off the excess cap. Again, this is in depth in my other quick weave video, so the link, like I said, will be at the top or in the bio. And who you see now on the screen is the lovely Miss Akeisha Tircuit, who is coming in to do the cut for this video. Money, 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 money. Here we go, because this is about to be the money shots that you're about to see here. That is Downtown Leslie Brown. If you don't know her, she is a radio host on 102.9 here in New Orleans, Louisiana. And while I'm plugging Leslie, you can see I've been wearing a Touches by Tircuit shirt. That is the salon that I work at, and Miss Tircuit is who is working on my hair. She is the bomb and slays, and you are about to watch her in action. So we decided to do a blunt one length bob all the way around because it just looks really nice and sharp. So it's really simple. I did do this cut myself, but not as long. Ooh, check that line, y'all. Check it. So if you do not have someone to do your cut for you, because one day my mom was home, so I made her do it. Just so happened I was at work this day, so Akeisha does it. When I cut it myself, I leave the hair longer because you can always go in and cut off a little more to even it out. If you don't have someone to do a very precise cut, as you can see, this is precise to the T. Leave yourself room for error so that you can go in and snip off a few ends. Like I said, I've cut it before. I leave it longer when I cut it myself. and it just gives you room to go in and fix anything that isn't as sharp as it is when somebody else can see around your full head. So now we're just going in and flat ironing my leave out and making sure it matches. We are using a wax stick at times to just slick the hair down and help it to blend in, but that is the only thing that is on my hair. Like I said, I washed it, I blew it out, you guys saw me braid it, and now we're just flat ironing it to let it all blend in. Again, I have leave out at the top, and if you remember, we have the black 1B underneath. The 1B underneath helps to bring this all together with your leave out. If your leave out is a different color than the blonde, again, this all unifies the style because it looks like you have a shadow root. And if you don't know what a shadow root is, it just means you have a dark root which fades into another color. It blends underneath with the top very, very well, so it looks more realistic. So that is the reason that we have the 1B underneath, because my leave out on top is ding 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 1B. So again, it's all about making sure your style is unified. So as you see, we're gonna go in and just flat iron and touch up this bob, and that is it, ladies. That is all. I do not wear my quick weaves more than a week. I know some people are going to ask. This style can last up to a month on some people. I wear mine a week. I would not recommend wearing it more than 2 to 3 weeks, but some people will stretch a style. I just love having my scalp breathe. So as you can see, it is full of body and bounce, and it is shiny, and I love it. So if you have any questions below, just let me know. I'll be here to answer, and check out my other videos, and I'll see you next time.